you. So thank you so much. It's a real challenge to do it in 10 minutes. In Spain, we talk a lot, so let's try to do it. So it's a real pleasure to be here today. Let's see how this works. OK, now it is. So we are Enel. We are, as you may already know, a major player in the energy field. We are present in more than 30 countries. We have generation installed capacity on renewables of more than 40 gigawatts, which accounts for about half of our total generation installed capacity. We manage more than 2 million kilometers of networks, and we have about 70 million customers. And then, as a vertically integrated utility, we are facing not only the challenges of the shift of the model of the electricity industry, but also the challenges derived from climate change. And of course, we are not only tackling these challenges, but we are deeply committed to play a leading role in the energy transition. And these challenges are translated into many different challenges in our business lines. We have 5 major business lines, and they face challenges such as, for instance, how to optimize the thermal plant's life cycle for the remaining time they are going to be open, how to improve the performance and reduce the cost of our renewable energy plants, and of course, adding storage as a major and determined vector in the equation. How to bring new products and services to a more demanding and concerned customer base, and all of these on top of a smart grid layer that puts everything together, that connects everything together. And of course, also facing the digitalization of all of our assets, of our business processes, of our legacy at the end. And let me please go a little further into detail on what we do on a division we call Enel X. Enel X was born a couple of years ago to address the challenges on the customer side. They are in charge of developing value-added products and services for our customers with a philosophy of energy as a service. And they work basically in 4 verticals: B2B, B2G, B2C, and e-mobility, developing services in flexibility, efficiency, smart home, smart charging, smart lighting for cities, for instance. And all of these are, of course, connected among them, and always trying to bring sustainability and to bring electrification to the customer side. In order to cope with all these challenges we have a structure and decentralized innovation structure and an open innovation model that we call open innovability. Open innovability means or is the fusion of innovation and sustainability. It is innovation by and for sustainability. And in this open innovation model, we work with many players, and startups and SMEs play a very significant role. And that's why we are here today, because we want to scout the best startups able to help us solve the challenges we have. What is the value proposition we have for startups? And this is very important, very relevant. We do not invest into equity of startups. We do not have investment vehicles such as corporate venture capital. We do not accelerate startups. We don't have a corporate accelerator. What we want is to engage in a win-win collaboration relationship with the startups. This means we want to co-develop solutions with the startups. We offer them the expertise of Enel in terms of technology, regulation, the possibility to use our labs, our real infrastructure for testing the developments, to have access to our customer base. So at the end, the ultimate goal is that we can bring innovation into the house, and on exchange, the startup can grow with us. They become a supplier, and we become a relevant customer for the startup. So at the end, what we want to be is a good industrial partner for the startup. So far, we have scouted about 5,000 startups in the last 3-4 years. Out of them, we have screened about 800 startups, which means they have met our business lines. And we have already activated about 180 projects with the startups, POCs, pilots, tests, out of which 45 we call already commercial deployments. So they mean they have already scaled up into the group. Of the startups that we are seeing today, between yesterday and today, we have scouted about half of them. About half of it, about 20, have already had meetings with our business lines, and I was checking the numbers yesterday. We have activated or are in the process of activate 4 projects with these startups. So it's a good ratio of collaborations started from startups that are present here. So it gives you an idea of the quality of the startups and how relevant they are for us. We do not invest in the startups, but we are able to bring revenue to the startups. So in the last 3 years, startups have received about 30 million euros from Enel on revenues on these tests, on these implementations that we have made together. And we do not invest in the startups, as I said before, but we do M&A. It's a completely different business. And we have made very important and relevant investments, for instance, Enel in the United States, that has given access to very relevant technology and market for demand response. So now we are a major player in this field as well. And how can you contact Enel? So we have a digital platform we call Open Innovability, where our business lines constantly post what they are doing, what the challenges they have, and what they are doing in terms of innovation. So I invite you to check Open Innovability to see what we are looking for right now. If there is not particular fit between a challenge and what you do, there's always a place where you can share with us what we are doing, and we will analyze it as well. And we have a network of Enel innovation hubs, as we call. We are 10 innovation hubs already. Most recently, we opened last week in Boston to tackle not only Boston area, but also New York City and Toronto startup ecosystems. We have responsibilities by countries. So I'm in charge of Europe, based in Madrid. So this is the reason why I'm here. And we have 2 main responsibilities. First one, we are in charge of developing the relationship with the ecosystem, not only startups, but other relevant players such as VCs, accelerators, and so on. And second, and most important responsibility, we are in charge of helping the business lines scout the best startups that are able to tackle the innovation challenges they have. So at the end, all this work has led us to be able to have what we call an Enel ecosystem, in which other players are very relevant, for instance, VCs. Since we do not invest into startups, we do have a network of VCs with which we share deal flow. So they present to us the startups they work with, so we may analyze and see if we can work with them in Enel. And we, in case a startup that is working with us needs financing, we can introduce this startup to these VCs and see if there are opportunities of collaboration, of investment between the VC and the startup. So if you have a startup, if you're a startup and think that you may help us and we can work together, or you are a VC and you think you have startups that we might be interested in, please talk to us today. I'm not by myself here today. I'm with two colleagues from the business lines from infrastructure and networks and for global digital solutions. And we will be more than happy to meet you and to share opportunities of collaboration. Thank you so much.